Hello, Jesse Good here. Happy Throwback Thursday. It's a Star Wars Throwback Thursday, actually fitting with the schedule, and that today is the eve of Force Friday of this big Star Wars week on the Jesse Good channel. Let's open this sucker up. And I totally forgot to say the name and information, but it's the Ewok Attack set from 2002, which retailed for $13. And here's everything that's inside. You even get a 2002 catalog, which is weird for such a small set. Some more of this flaps and instruction booklet. So our first minifigure is Wicket, which this design is pretty darn creepy with the front kind of having no printing. It reminds me of the goblins from Harry Potter sets, which, whew, those are kind of creepy looking. And this little part on the front just goes over the torso, sort of like how SpongeBob worked when they had the LEGO SpongeBob sets. There's no printing on the torso whatsoever, but just slides on like that. And this Ewok is Poplu, and he has a little bow and arrow, and this molding is the same as the one on Wicket. Very creepy. Just kind of goes over like a SpongeBob. And here's a classic LEGO Stormtrooper. You got this blaster right here, some side designs on the mask, and even some back printing on the torso. Whoa, that's crazy for an older set. No underneath kind of face right there. One thing you have to note is that mine seems to be misprinted because there's no printing in the middle, but I never really count those as misprints when they're missing printing because anybody could just take kind of like a nail polish remover and remove it themselves. So that's why I always stay away from buying those on eBay. And here is an Imperial Biker, which has some nice torso printing on the front. Actually looks pretty modern. And no torso printing on the back, but he does have a face print underneath, unlike the Stormtrooper. And you can see it actually is a pretty cool print. You could use that with modern minifigures because it doesn't show those older style eyes. So here's the set all built up, and first we'll take a look at the Ewok stuff. How am I making this thing float? Well, it's actually all on a clear stand. It's a great build because it really blends in pretty well. You can see it's actually two pieces, this part right here and then this dish on the bottom. This part actually connects to a ball joint so that you could get different positions out of this glider, which I really appreciate. That's great for display. And the glider itself isn't as flimsy as I thought it would be. A piece just fell off, but that's actually meant to be fallen off. It's like a little stone right here that you could position like this, and you could drop it on the Imperial Troopers. So that actually works out really well. There's this film kind of material used for the wings right here, which end up looking, you know, pretty 2000s for the LEGO design. LEGO liked using those a lot in the 90s and 2000s. So it's a bit dated. They don't really use these film kind of material anymore, but it's still pretty nice. And you just kind of have Wicket holding on to the front of the glider right here. And it's a little bit wobbly because how they position it or how they kind of connect it to the front of this glider is not totally secured. It wobbles back and forth, which I don't mind at all. I think it makes it a little bit more fun and you can get different kind of positions out of that. For the second build, they went full Lego castle with just kind of a basic big catapult. We've seen this in many different castle themes, so it's kind of funny to see it in Star Wars. These parts on the side give the illusion that maybe they work with the play function, but they actually have no effect other than just being a display part. But the play function, of course, is if you push down on this, it will shoot out that big stone, and they do give you two of those just in case you lose one of them. And you can see it's just kind of snug inside there. And here is the speeder bike. I believe it's a little bit updated from the 1999 one, which I actually don't think I have, if I remember correctly. I think I got this actually mixed up, this set, with the 1999 one when I ordered it. But either way, I didn't own any of them previously. I like this little backpack in gray on the back because I actually don't have too much of that backpack in that color. But, you know, you got your basic Imperial speeder bike, you know. Just this design from episode 6. And the actual space for the minifigure right here, it's a little bit too back, I think. So it was very hard to connect it to the handlebars, at least connect his hands. But it's not too big of a deal. And on the bottom, it almost has like a sled-like design with these little parts right here. But it stands out pretty perfectly. And they even have an extra blaster hidden on the side right here, which they don't even tell you to put a stud on for some reason. So that's it for the build of the set. Now let's take a look at the packaging and then the final verdict. So for the box, you can see there's this old price sticker right there. And on the back, they show some alternate builds as well as the ATST, it looks like, in the corner. I like how they used to show little pictures from the movie itself, episode 6. So the paper stuff includes the instructions, of course, which advertises Jedi Defense 1 and 2 and the Final Duel 1 and 2. These two I had when I was younger, and I don't have them built, so maybe I'll rebuy them. You got some more 2002 stuff here, including the twin pod cloud car, which I'm going to have to buy soon. You got Lobot right there. And that's really it for the instructions. Then you got this free LEGO catalog, which of course is kind of classic. And this was really the start of these catalogs, I believe, where they wouldn't just include catalogs in the sets. Maybe I'm totally wrong with the history of LEGO there. I might be totally off. Either way, this 2002 catalog I do want to cover in a video because this is like sort of getting to my era that I'm really familiar with. So I'm glad that this was provided. I remember those guys so well. That was like my favorite Bionicle line really back from the day. I can't believe this was, what, 15 years ago? Holy crap. So overall, the Ewok Attack set isn't like the most memorable build, but I really like the little glider, and I like the Ewok minifigures because this was the first time you're getting Ewoks in LEGO form. They look kind of creepy, but I like that because, you know, without their printing, it's a little bit weird. Now, the design for the Imperial Troopers are nice as well with the Stormtrooper and the Biker, which that's actually, I think, my first Imperial Biker in one of these classic sets. That's pretty cool to get. And I do hope to get the Imperial Speeder Bike from 1999 sometime and kind of maybe compare them. But we'll see how that turns out. So that's it for this Throwback Thursday. I guess next week is what? A Fabulence set maybe? So we'll see how that turns out, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Bye.